Hello, welcome to myuniquechild.webs.com video tutorial. I am Cheryl Scott, licensed mental health counselor, and today's tutorial is on how to use art tools with your special child and my favorite art tools and how to use them. Let's start with paper. This happens to be scrapbook paper. It's very big, as you can see, and it comes in many colors. What I like about it is it's very sturdy. For the art project that you're doing, you have to choose the correct paper. I like a good sturdy paper so when you glue on it, put glitter glue or glue things to it, it doesn't destroy the paper with the glue. Glue can puddle up on less quality paper and it can easily get a rip or a hole in it. The next thing that I like when I'm working with a special child is to have nice, neat, organized kits. This particular kit is glitter glue, and it's nice and small for the child to hold in their hand. It hangs on a hook. It has many color choices. It opens up and it closes almost like a little purse. If your child has frustrations from their special needs, you don't want to frustrate them. Remember to make sure that all of these work. Before you hand them to the child, take them out and try them out and make sure they're not clogged. If they have little pieces inside that keep them from getting clogged, make sure you use those. You want to have quality products that work when you work with your special child. This is a pack of markers that I like. Again, there's not too many choices in here. It's in a nice, neat little kit. Your child can just pick this up, use it by themselves, or you can help them. You can lay these colors out on the table, or you can keep them in here. A very important thing about markers and glue as well is make sure that it's working. This has a lid that snaps. You may or may not have been able to hear that snap. But you want to keep your markers really well put together so that when your child uses them, the tip is not broken and smashed and the tip is not dried out. How frustrating is that to pick up a marker and it doesn't work? It's frustrating enough for you. Why would you want to give it to your special child and frustrate them? Well, you wouldn't. So make sure that the markers are in good working order. Throw them out as they get too old. You can choose big, thick markers or you can choose thin ones, but I like markers a lot. The next thing that you're going to look for is some paint. I like to have a good white. I like to have a good blue, a good red, and a good yellow on hand. Even though we can mix these colors and we can come up with greens on our own and purples on our own, you may want to additionally get some pretty greens or purples. Sometimes those are a little bit hard to mix. It's nice to have white handy because you can always then make pastel colors with your white and your blue. Always start with your lighter color first and then add your contrast color to that. You may want to additionally have a little bit of black so that the child can make pupils when you're drawing faces. When you're working with paints, obviously you're going to need paint brushes. I like big paint brushes for special children. You can get them in hardware stores or craft stores. Make sure that you clean the brushes out so that when your child goes to use them, they're not all clogged with paint. When you use a foam brush, again, make sure that it doesn't have dried paint on the edges or it just simply won't work very well. Don't frustrate your special child by giving them tools that are broken. And scissors. When you're working with your special child, make sure that you have a correct, good working pair of scissors. This particular pair of scissors is a design pair that you might use in a scrapbook. It makes an interesting edge, but it's very hard to use. I would not recommend this for your special child. I would recommend a very simple pair of scissors, one that your child can put their little fingers in and use easily. For a child that is left-handed, be sure to buy left-handed scissors because these right-handed scissors will not work in a left hand. How frustrating is it for you to try to cut left-handed if you've hurt your right hand with a pair of right-handed scissors? So look for left-handed scissors if you have a left-handed child. Also, make sure these scissors are sharp and good quality. You don't want to frustrate your child with dull scissors. And last but not least is the glue choices. Glue comes in many different bottles, many different kinds of glue. This is a basic school glue. It comes with a top that's easy to open, and the top can store nicely like this when you're using it. This particular top really keeps it from clogging because it has a little plastic thing that sits right inside the glue like that and keeps it from clogging. It's not the easiest glue to squeeze out, however. I often like the tiny little glues that are very easy to squeeze and you can throw them away when they get clogged. So those are my choices for art tools. I have lots of other art tools that I use. Look for more videos from myuniquechild.webs.com on art and play therapy for your special child.